Hello and welcome to a new video. This time around I want to talk about patch 8.3 with you, my experiences with the patch, my goals for the patch, if I have reached them, what I'm doing with my spare time up to Shadowlands, stuff like that. To get some things out of the way first, this is my first mythic ny'alotha kill that I got a few days ago. I'm really proud of finally having killed the boss. My guild has killed the boss before, but since I wasn't in the roster for the first kill due to spec reasons and boss design reasons, I didn't get the kill on the first guild kill, but now I got it and I'm really happy about it. Also, before anyone asks, yes, I'm playing the Incarnation build in this video because I thought it was a really good decision for the burst phases that you have on the boss, to get it really low. I think it would have been stronger during progression. Now I think the regular Predator and Blood Talons build would have been stronger on this fight. But yeah, it is how it is. Okay, so let's talk about raiding first while we are watching this kill. My target goal for this patch was to get Cutting Edge finally. I have missed Jara Cutting Edge by a week. And also I didn't get the Jaina kill in time because I was in another guild and we weren't progressing as good and as much as this kill was. So I'm really happy that I can finally say, yeah, I got Cutting Edge in time. It's raiding or PvE in general, but especially raiding is a core part of the game for me and I really enjoy it. And I was really sad about the fact that I didn't get Cutting Edge in the previous raid tiers. And yeah, it's just such a great thing that I finally got it, and I'm really looking forward to raiding with this guild in Shadowlands and achieving the Cutting Edge achievements, or just clearing the raid on Mythic in an even faster time. I really like this part of the game and I'm happy that I finally found a guild that likes it as much as I do. The other part of PvE that is really important for me is Mythic Plus, and I have really mixed experiences with Mythic Plus in this patch. First of all, just a little bit of history of Mythic Plus for me in BFA. I started in Season 1 as a Restoration Druid and switched specs multiples of times during the last few months or years. In the entire expansion because I got bored of my spec or didn't feel like it was strong enough or something like that, and I couldn't really decide what to do, what to play, and that really hindered my Mythic Plus progression. So this tier or this season, my goal was to reach 3k score, which meant I had to time almost all 20s. And there would be some 90s in the mix and it would be fine. Timing everything on 20 would have been the next goal, and then moving on to 21s, etc. But the main goal was to reach the 3k score mark, just because it has a visual to it and I really wanted to do it and I knew I could do it. So I was pushing as Feral Druid in the last few months, and boy, I gotta say, it was annoying as fuck. Sorry for the swearing part, but I got so mad at times when you spent, like, not exaggerating, 2 to 3 hours in the queue to finally get invited into a key that then is over after 5 minutes because some stupid argument between the group members or something like that. So I got so frustrated that I stopped Mythic Plus for a time. And that didn't make me happy either, because I really enjoyed that part of the game and it was my main time spender between raids. If I wasn't raiding and online, I was doing Mythic Plus. So I had to find another way to get into it. I was playing around with Guardian Druid for a while, and while it worked and I got invited to groups, it was still not as frequent as I hoped for, and also tanking was something I knew how to do, I knew how to survive, but route planning and stuff like that wasn't just for me in pugs, at least. because having to plan an entire route for every dungeon, for every group I got in, yeah, having to adjust to, oh, what group members do we have now, what classes are represented, stuff like that didn't feel, yeah, rewarding to do in a pug group, and I got really annoyed by it, so I stopped playing tank, and I picked up Rested Druid about 2 or 2.5 weeks ago, and that was an amazing experience, because I knew how to play the spec, even though it got some time to get back into it. Needed some time to get back into it, but right now I'm blasting as Restoration Druid. I get invited into groups nearly instantly, and just to show you how big that gap was in pugging and getting invited to groups, I can tell you a situation that happened about 2 or 2.5 weeks ago. One of the first specs, one of the first keys I played as Restoration Druid. I didn't have any restoration score whatsoever. I think I timed everything as a 10 as a Restoration Druid, just because I had to fill in some groups from time to time, so it wasn't anything special. And I queued for a 19 key, which was, I think, the second or third 19 key that I ever did on that character, and I got invited instantly. My healing gear wasn't really optimized, I didn't have any healing experience in the last few months, and the people just invited me. And it wasn't a one-time thing, it happened all the time. So I could build up the entire Restoration Druid Red IO score in about 3-4 days, and I was ready to go. And I continued to play more 19s, I continued to play 20s, and it wasn't a problem. I just got invited, I could play the keys, I did my job properly, I did some damage along the way, and we timed those keys. Now, a few days ago, I timed my first 21 Temple of Saphralis as a healer, which I was really proud of, especially during this Grievous week that wasn't particularly easy. So I'm really happy that I got that done, and I'm just amazed how big the difference is. Just playing another spec helped me to get into this entire world of 20 keys and getting to play them regularly, improving, and if I wanted I could find a regular group to play with fairly easy, I guess, because my spec is so in demand right now. So it was a really mind-changing experience for me, and that led to me deciding that in Shadowlands I will play one of the best specs that is available for Mythic Plus, if possible. So I'm in the process of leveling up more characters that could be viable in Shadowlands. I got most classes on 120 already, but I started to level a Warlock. I got my Mage on 120, just to be ready for the expansion. I really hope that I will be able to play my Druid. I love my Druid, I love the playstyle, and it's just so much fun for me to play this character. And I really hope it is viable enough that I can play Feral in Mythic Plus. But as far as it looks right now, in the alpha, it doesn't look like Feral will be good in Mythic Plus once again. So what do I have to do now? I could switch to Restoration Druid for Mythic Plus, I guess that would be fine. But once again, I'm not really sure how it will be, so I'm not deciding anything yet. I'm just letting you know, I will in the future play whatever is flavor of the, maybe not month, but the expansion. There are rarely situations where one spec is extremely powerful in one season, in one patch, and then is completely useless in the other one. So I think it will be pretty obvious what characters will be good for Mythic Plus. I'm not basing it on raid so much, because in raid, as you can see with this kill for example, eventually I will get my kill, and I was in for most of the progression. I only set out on Carapace and Insof, but that's fine, I guess, and a good quota. So I'm basing it on Mythic Plus, because Mythic Plus will be the thing that I will be doing most of the time. Yeah, so far for class selection. And yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk to you about. My experience with 8.3. I could get into the entire corruption vendor stuff and how bad of a system it is, combined with other things that Blizzard did really poorly in this expansion. But I don't really want to talk about it because hundreds of people have done that already, and you know the basic gist of it. I didn't like corruption. I think the corruption vendor is a fix, but still a fairly annoying thing to use, forcing me to do the assaults of this patch once again. Just farming quests, farming dailies, farming visions, stuff I have seen enough of. Especially if I want to play an alt, it's still fairly impossible, because yeah, I can get the essences and I can get the corruptions after some time, but I still can't upgrade my cloak fully because of a stupid malefic core mechanic and stuff like that. So I'm not particularly pleased by how they've gone about twinking in this expansion, and I hope it will be better in Shadowlands, and it looks like it will be, just because then I can make sure that I have other characters ready if for some reason my druid or whatever I will be playing won't be viable in the current expansion set then. So, I will just play you the rest of the skill here. I hope you enjoy it. Please leave any questions, any thoughts in the comments. I will be making more YouTube videos in the next few weeks, and of course in Shadowlands as well, because that's a thing that I really enjoy. And if you wanna just ask me anything or leave me a comment, I would gladly appreciate it. Thanks for watching, enjoy the kill, and I'll see you next time.